Did you start corresponding with Martin Gardner during your early time at Bell Labs?
Yeah, pretty early. Martin used to live in New York, Hastings-on-Hudson, and he loved to correspond with people who would write in with solutions to some of his puzzles. So I communicated with him that way, and I got to visit him. I remember once I was there and Roger Penrose was there, and Penrose had in his pocket these little carved wooden pieces that looked like darts and kites. And he said, "Martin, this is kind of a funny thing." And I actually have one of the original darts and kites, these little quadrilaterals that tile but only non-periodically. Martin and I, and with my wife, Fan, actually wrote a paper on kind of the Steiner problem on chessboards. And it got an expository award. And everybody said, "Well, Martin Gardner, of course." You say, "No, Fan wrote the paper." Martin said, "I loved it. I didn't change a word." So whenever I'm having a discussion with a fan about a certain wording, she said, "Well, look." And Martin. So, no, Martin was was just an amazing guy. He felt that one of his big advantages is that he wasn't a mathematician. And therefore, if he could get it to the level that he could understand, then most of the readers probably could too.
So what was Martin Gardner like as a person?
He was very generous, and he often responded to correspondence with kind of handwritten, typed thing. He was very careful when somebody contributed to a column. He'd put their name. A lot of people like to see their name. So we went to visit him fairly often. Then he moved to North Carolina, and we visited him there. In fact, he had a lot of books downstairs. All the reprints of translations of his books. And in going downstairs, the stairs were uneven, and Fan tripped and split open her eyelid and had to get some stitches. And so that was a memorable thing for Martin. Then later, he tried to get a driver's license in North Carolina, but they wouldn't give it to him. He was a little bit old. So he moved to Norman, Oklahoma, where his son was at the university, in kind of assisted living. And Percy and I went down to visit him shortly before he died. It was slightly depressing, but Martin had then discovered the internet. And he said, "Wow, there's so much information out there. It's amazing." So he was still busy kind of poking around. And we have some nice pictures of kind of the last visit. And so Percy and I and John Conway each had one of his books dedicated to us. So that was kind of the height of our interaction. But Martin was just great to talk to, loved to chat, and was always excited about some new, interesting mathematical puzzle. And he was kind of one of a kind, one of a kind. And, but aren't we all?